Well, Barack Obama is having dinner with the Queen in Buckingham Palace tonight. Our political editor is just outside. So what will Barack Obama and David Cameron be talking about tomorrow?
Well, Libya and Afghanistan are at the top of the agenda, and Afghanistan, of course, means Pakistan too. Around London, there have been people who've said that America on Libya has been leading from the back. On Afghanistan, in Washington, there have been people who say that David Cameron is looking a little bit too keen to go for the exit door. These are, in the end, not massive differences of policy, but they are pretty heavy differences of nuance sometimes. So they've got plenty to crunch on there. And David Cameron's got one-to-one talks with President Obama. He chatted him a bit on the way to that school earlier in the back of President Obama's eco-friendly car. He's going to have half an hour with him in Downing Street, and then pacing up outside that door will be Nick Clegg, who after that half hour, praying it doesn't overrun, I'm sure, will get 20 minutes in the room with the other two, and then there's a bigger meeting and the famous barbecue that's being talked about, the two leaders of their countries wielding the tongs.
We saw some pretty amazing photo ops today. I mean, those images of them playing table tennis will be stored away in sort of in PR archives, no doubt. I mean, is the chemistry real between them, do you think?
Well, these are two politicians who do public displays of affability extremely well. There's probably more tactile content between them in half an hour than some married couples. In the end, though, America measures its allies by what they deliver. And I think with David Cameron, they feel they've got a satisfactory but mixed record. They're not completely thrilled about the defence cuts. As I say, on Afghanistan, they think he's heading for the exit door a bit too quickly. And on Libya, there was a moment before they changed their own mind when they felt as though they were being ever so slightly bounced.
If the imagery is more relationship between equals rather than America's poodle, do you think the relationship has actually changed? Has the power balance actually changed at all?
Well, if it ever did change, it would never get to equals. And what you don't get is what you saw with Bush and Blair. There was a very extraordinary relationship between the two of them. I was talking about how what you deliver is so important. President Bush felt that Tony Blair delivered a huge amount. On reflection, some people around Tony Blair would think that he probably delivered more than this country was willing to tolerate. David Cameron is hugely aware of that message and wants to strike the right posture. The press conference tomorrow, at the end of all those talks I was talking about, the end of the Barbie, will be a decisive moment in terms of trying to detect the mood, how much they're willing to rub each other's aura off on the other and give each other a good showing.
Gary Gibbon, outside Buckingham Palace. John.